people. If he is corrupt, not pious, then you are not supposed to follow him. That is why there are four characters mentioned here, that he is preserving his religion, protecting himself from disobedience, and disobeying his selfish desires, obeying his Lord. All these characters are there, but in short, he is a just, pious, and religious person, then you may follow him. So here, there is mention to follow the fuqaha, and the word أن يقلدوا, to do taqleed. In another hadith related to Imam al-Mahdi ajallahu ta'ala farajah, it says وأما الحوادث الواقعة فارجعوا فيها إلى رواة أحاديثنا فإنهم حجتي عليكم وأنا حجة الله. And for the events to come in the future, so you refer to the narrators of our traditions. Here the word narrator of our traditions. I made them a divine authority upon you, and I am a divine authority upon them. So the Imam himself is telling us to refer to those who are specialized in hadith, in Islamic subjects, because they narrate the traditions of the Imam, and they know what is right, what is wrong, and how to understand these traditions in a proper way. In another word, they are a Mujtahid, and he made them as Hujjati alaykum. They are my authority. I have appointed them as an authority upon you, and I am authority of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon them, because they are studying our ahadith of Ahlul Bayt salamullahi alayhim. So this is also there. There is more ahadith there. Actually, we can say Taqleed was existing even at time of the life of Imams alayhim salam. How? Because in those days, not everybody was able to reach Imam and ask him. Imam, for example, was in Medina, or maybe in Iraq, or in Iran, or in Samarra, for example. And the Muslim all over the world, they cannot reach him at any time and ask him. So what they used to do? They used to ask the scholars who are there, and they say, okay, what is the right fatwa? And they will say, okay, I heard from the Imam, or I have this hadith, that this is the fatwa on this issue. And some of them were appointed directly by the Imams. For example, in Qom, Zakaria ibn Adam was a well-known scholar. He is a very great alim. So they write from Qom to Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam in Medina, that we have many questions and we cannot reach you, so whom to ask? Then Imam referred them to, you ask Zakaria ibn Adam, because he is trustworthy, and you ask him. Or even in Medina itself, there are thousands of people, especially at time of Hajj. They cannot all come to the Imam and ask him. One person cannot reply questions of tens of thousands of people. So Imam alayhi salam was asking great scholars like Aban ibn Taqleed. He tells Aban, اجلس في المسجد وافت الناس فإني أحب أن يرى في شيعتي مثلك. You sit in the mosque and give fatwa, give verdict to the people. So the word افت الناس, fatwa. Because I love to see among my followers people, good people like you, and educated people like you. So even when the Imam is in Medina, but still there is a need for ulama to preach. So the people will not take the issue from the Imam directly. They take it from Aban ibn Taqleed, for example, from the companions of the Imams. Because companions, they said, okay, we hear the issue from the Imam, and this is the verdict. More than that, even Imam was telling the people how to do the process of ijtihad. There are traditions said, نرمي عليكم الأصول وعليكم بالفروع. We tell you the principles, and then the divisions you have to understand it. I give you the general rules and regulations, and when you know the rule, you apply it on each issue. You don't need to tell me the rule on each individual issue. You know the general rule, and I say this rule will apply here and there and there and there and so on. There are general rules, and these general rules will be applied anywhere. For example, if somebody is not adult, for example, he is not responsible. Now you don't need to ask, my son is not adult, is he responsible to offer a prayer? You say no. Okay, what about fasting? No. What about Hajj? No. What about making a deal or a business or contract? No. You don't need all no. I gave you the general law. That for somebody who is not adult, not baligh, then there is no religious duty upon him. If somebody is, for example, unable, usr wal haraj, difficulty, I cannot do it, I am unable. Am I responsible? You say no, you are not responsible. Now I am unable where it applies. It might apply about prayer, about fast, about amr bil ma'ruf, about nahy anil munkar, about hajj, about any subject. So this is a general rule. If you are unable, then you are not to be questioned by God. God will ask you when you are able. If you are unable, God will not ask you, and there is no responsibility upon you. So you see, the Imams ﷺ used to explain these points to the people, so the people may get aware of it, and then they can give it. So okay, if you cannot, then you are not to be questioned. You cannot what? You cannot fast. You are not to be questioned. You cannot go for Hajj. You are not questioned. You cannot perform amr bil ma'ruf and nahy anil munkar. You are not questioned, and so on, because you cannot, and so on. Many ahadith, give these general rules and regulations, and the ulama were supposed to know them, and then they apply them here. Ifti, give fatwa, not only relate what Imam has said. He himself understood it, and now he is applying it on different issues. So Taqleed is not something strange. It is actually practiced. It was a practice at the time of the Imams, and we were asked by the Imams to follow the Mujtahids at the time of occultation of the 12th Imam. We are living at the time of occultation. We come to the last point here, the proof of Taqleed from by reason. Through rational discussion. Because some people said, well, rationally I cannot accept it. It doesn't come in my mind. Why should I follow others? Actually we say, rationally you have to do Taqleed. Because any sensible person, if he is not specialized in any science, he will not give an idea or obey his own ideas. He will ask the specialized people whether what I am doing is right or wrong. If you are not a medical doctor and you are sick, you will not say that I think I have to take this medicine or I think I have to take that medicine. No. So I am not specialized in medicine, so I go to the doctor and ask his opinion. So it is referring of non-specialized people to the specialized people. If you want to build your house, you won't say that I think the pillar has to be 10 centimeter or 20 centimeter or 30 centimeter. That is not your specialty. You have to ask the engineer to tell you what is the size of the pillars, what is the strength of the steel, and so on. The details to be there, and so on. Well, if you are not a mechanic and your car is out of order, even if you are a professor or a scholar in any field, but still you go to the specialized to repair your car. You can't say that because